Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. Jason with Ben's Woodworking. I just have a short video for you because I wanted to share a tip that I recently did on Instagram and it looks like it's helping a lot of people out. So I wanted to go ahead and bring that tip over here to you guys. If you're building custom furniture pieces for clients, I'm sure that you have figured out by now that not all floors are created equal. So while you're building it in your shop, on your perfectly flat assembly table, everything is perfect, there's no rock, there's no move. Then you go to deliver it just to find out that maybe their floor has a low spot in it and the table or the piece of furniture rocks a little bit side to side. Luckily, there is a very simple solution on how to fix that to ensure that no matter where you're delivering a piece of furniture, that it is going to sit nice and level. Now I'll go ahead and bring you in closer to show you the different materials that I'll be using in this video. With that, as always, I will leave affiliate links down below should you choose to purchase any of these items for your future projects or if you just want to find more information out about them. So the way that I like to level my furniture pieces are by using these very, very simple and inexpensive leg leveling feet with the felt pads on them. They do come with this threaded insert, which will actually go into the furniture piece. And again, I'm going to talk about how I go about installing all of these. So you have the threaded insert, you have an 11/32 drill bit, and as you can see here, I do have it taped off, and the distance that I have it taped off is slightly longer than the thread itself. The reason I do slightly longer than the thread is because when this sits in the actual hole that you drill, there's that lip, so it accounts for that lip as well. I've got a 1 3/4 inch Forstner bit paired with my cordless drill, and then this right here is simply a mock-up that I made of what could be considered a table leg. So this might be the bottom of, say, a trestle table leg, which obviously it would sit like this. But for the demonstration purposes, I just made a little mock-up, and this right here is where we're going to actually put the leveling feet. So as you can see, I went ahead and I clamped this small workpiece. This would not be necessary if this was an actual table base and the legs were all connected as they should be. However, because I just made this little mock-up piece, I've gone ahead and clamped it in place, and I'm going to show you guys what I like to do next. So obviously I'm going to try to find roughly center, and the way that you can do that is you can measure from one corner here to here and from here to here and whatever that point is. For the purposes of the video, I'm not necessarily going to do that. I'm simply going to start drilling my hole that will accept the feet that I'm going to put in it. The depth that I like to go is really just determined on the felt feet or leveling feet that you choose to use. Mine, there's actually a line right about here because I've used these so many times, and this is one of the only reasons I use this specific Forstner bit, that it's kind of set there. So that's about the depth that I'm going to go, and what I'm trying to achieve is that I am covering, this whole thing will be recessed and maybe a little bit more. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but you want this to be flush with the actual leg itself. So now I'm going to go ahead and drill my hole to the desired depth. So now that I have my hole drilled to the desired depth, sometimes what I like to do is just take my leg, put it in there, and I just want to ensure that this plate right here is actually just a little bit lower than the actual hole itself. Because again, I will have that slightly raised portion from the threaded insert. Now I've got my 11/32 drill bit, and I've got it taped off to the desired depth that I do want this drill bit to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and drill that hole. So now I've got my hole to accept my threaded insert. All I'm going to do is simply place that in there, tap that down, tap that in place, and it is good to go. Now I do get a lot of questions and they say, do you put anything in there to help it stay steady and so it won't strip out? So I've never experienced an issue by just tapping this in there because it does have these little tabs that will actually catch, so this does not go. Now, you don't have to worry about it falling out this way because all the pressure of the table is going to be on this leg, if that makes sense. Now that I have my threaded insert in, I'm going to go ahead and take my foot, and you simply just start threading it on, and it gives you a lot of play in terms of how much you can raise or lower the actual table leg itself. So there it is. I've got it recessed. This pad is just slightly protruding past the actual surface itself, and that also serves a benefit in the fact that if they wanted to slide the table left or right or forward or back or whatever, and say they have hardwood floors, this is actually going to protect it as opposed to the wood or any finish that you might have on it, whether it be paint or polyurethane. It's actually going to protect that as well. And then if you have a slightly unlevel floor, you can simply adjust these. If you don't need all of them, great. If you do, you can just adjust it by turning it, and then that will make the table nice and level. Obviously, there's a really big benefit to having what you see here, where it's just the felt sticking out and it's nice and recessed. So if this was laying on the ground, it would almost be unnoticeable that you had leg leveling feet in it, as opposed to if you were to use these in this fashion, where depending on if you had to raise or lower the leg leveling feet, it could look like this, and then your leg is obviously off the ground. I just wanted to share that really quick tip because I've just gotten such positive feedback over on Instagram on sharing a quick little video clip. So I figured, why not come on YouTube and show all of those people and show all of you exactly how I do it and what the process is. Like I say in all my videos, if you're not following me on Instagram, and you are on Instagram, go over there and check me out at Bent's Woodworking. And I'm on there every single day posting tips and tricks and answering people's questions. So if you're not following me, go over there and give me a follow. That's all I have for you this week, everybody. Short and simple, which is definitely not my usual style. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you think somebody could benefit from it, share it with them. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Really looking forward to some upcoming videos. If you have any suggestions, please do not hesitate to leave them down in the comments section below or send me a DM over on Instagram. Again, thank you so much. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next video.